Hello and welcome back to TabbyLinks.com. Today we're going to talk about how to create a restaurant menu for your establishment. If you're already logged into the TabbyLinks.com platform, this would be your dashboard. Now I always like to note that your dashboard may look a little bit different depending on the plan that you're on. The important thing is that you have this blue little button over here that says create, and that's where we're going to get started. Go ahead and hit create on there, and then we're going to have a choice here. You can start with a template that's pre-existing and edit it from there, or you can start with a blank QR code. We're going to go ahead and start with a blank one. Now we're on the select a type page, and we have a lot of different types of things that you can do here. But the one that we want to do is the menu. So you can click restaurant menu here. If you can't find it, you can go ahead and just type in here, menu, and that will pop up as well. Now that we're in the restaurant menu, we're going to just start with a name. Let's go test bar. You can add your phone number, your email, your website, all of these you can add. The map URL is great, shows your address and allows them to click directly to it, which is great. You can enable or disable your opening hours on here. Most people like to have it enabled because it does make it nice to be able to showcase your hours to your customer. And then your social profiles, of course, and all you do is just add those links in here, one link per line, and those will auto-populate onto the page. We're going to go ahead and hit next here. And now we are on the preview page where you can design what you have. So you start with your logo, and of course you want to be able to add your own logo on here, because why would you want ours on here? That just wouldn't make any sense at all. So we're going to add a menu, or a logo rather. So that's now populated on there, and then you can do a background image if you'd like, or you can leave it with the color background that's on there now. I like to add an image because I like some texture on the background, so you can do that however you want. It doesn't really matter too much, but because now you can't see that, we're going to change the text color, and so now it says today's menu. You can change that on here, so we can go bar menu. What a lot of places like to do is actually add several different pages. So you'll create first a bio link page that would have your logo, and then you have a link for, say, full restaurant menu, and then you'll have another link for bar menu, and another link for whatever, maybe check out our website or whatever. And so then when they click on the bar menu, then they would come to this page, and this is where you create your menu. So here we have a few different things. So you're going to create categories first, and then your menu items. So when you create a category, that will be, let's say, breakfast on here. And then our serving hours, you can type whatever you want here. It doesn't have to be the serving hours. Some people will put on here, all items served with hash browns, and that would come up. Let's actually do that. All items served with hash browns. And then we'll see where that comes up on the page, because it's kind of neat. So you've created your category. You can create a parent category if you want, and then is this available, yes or no. It defaults to yes, so you don't actually have to select anything. If you press no, it will not show up on the page. So this is if this menu is no longer available, or we're not offering it this week. You can go in here and turn that off. It won't show up on your menu at all, but it doesn't delete the actual menu, so which is a plus, because you may want to use it later, and that's important. The background color is going to be for the tab of the category on the page. So now that we've created that, you see this tab. If we create another category, and we'll go lunch, and we're going to just do a purple background, we'll do a gray text, and these can be the same, it doesn't matter. They don't have to be different colors. You can theme it, do a black one, then a white one, black one, white one, or whatever, however you want to do that. Now that we're creating a second category, you can do a subcategory, make this a subcategory of this one. I don't want to do that in this case, so we're just going to go ahead and create that. Now, if you want those in a different order, you can go in and edit this and say, no, I want this one in position 1, and that reverses it. And you can put those in any order that you want, of course. So once we've created your categories, now you've got these that will expand out. And then in your menu items, you'll add the actual menu, the actual item. So you can do an image if you want, do the item name. We'll do bacon. That price is going to be $1. We're going to put that under breakfast. You can do a description here and the ingredients, how it's made, just like you would in a physical menu. Everything you want there. The layout you pretty much want to leave on horizontal, which is the default. Large makes it take up the entire page. The image would take up the entire page. If there's an image, you can use those, especially for things that you want to highlight. It's really up to you. Available is defaulted to yes. If you go in here and click no, it removes it from your menu without removing the item. So this is when your kitchen says, hey, we're out of bacon for the day. You go in here, you click no, you save. Now when a customer goes to your menu, bacon does not show up. But you can go back in here and it will still be in your list of items, and you can go in here and change it back to available. So that's kind of a nice thing. So on breakfast, you'll see here, here's our item shown up at $1. Where we put in that all items served with hash browns, that shows up at the top of the page. Next item would show, etc. And then show images right here on the menu. It's defaulted to always, so we can go out here and say we're only going to show an image if it's uploaded. If there's no image, then it's just going to appear like that with no image. Or we can say don't show images at all, because maybe we're uploading images one at a time to things, but we don't want any of them to show up until all of them are done. So we say do not show, and then once they're all fixed, then we go in and hit always. I prefer only if uploaded personally, but that's just my thing. Food allergens is an extra category that you can go in and add. Say this item contains shrimp, shrimp or whatever, or peanut sauce. And then when you're creating each item, you would be able to choose an allergen from your pre-created allergens. That way you don't have to type it out on every single food item. If you have a bunch of items that use peanut sauce or peanut oil, you can create that as an allergen and then just add that on there. And so every time you click that button, it's going to add that allergen to it, which is kind of nice. So, but again, this is just something you can play around with, have some fun with it. Custom code here is where you can add in custom HTML code and really get to playing with it, and if you're interested and know what you're doing. And then desktop customization is just where you can add some different images for if somebody's on a desktop rather than on a mobile device. So that's kind of interesting to play around with as well. And then next, now in here is where you would change your URL. Make sure you set that up. So we're going to go ahead and edit that. And yep, if you change this, it will change any QR code that you've already printed or is already in use. So if you've already started using QR codes for this page, do not change this URL. But if it's the first time you're creating it, this is exactly when you want to change it. So we're going to hit confirm. We're going to say this was the Spot Bar and Grill, or no, we said this was Test Bar. So we're going to go Test Bar 1. And then select your domain. So we have tappylinks.com, Fun QRs, Jiffy Nerds. Northwest Menus is my favorite one to use for menus, but you can use any of these. And in fact, regardless of which one you select, any of these will get you to this page. So if we use nwmenus.com, that's what our main domain is going to be, and that's what the QR codes are going to direct to. That's what we're going to use. But if somewhere along the way you want to use funqrs.com/testbar1, that would still get you to your menu. So you can use any of those domains anytime you want. Now we're going to give it a name. This one already has a name because that auto-populates. If you don't like the name, you can change it. And then right here, we're going to download our QR code, and you can download that in any size that you want. If you don't like the plain QR codes, you can go to our QR code design right here, and you can change this QR code to be exactly what you want it to be. You can change the colors of any of the different parts. You can change the internal modules. You can change the finders. You can change the finder dots, and then you can even create a shape. So if we're a hamburger joint, we're going to change that to a hamburger, and that's our QR code that we're going to print now. So pretty slick, pretty cool. And then these can be changed as often as you want. You can change the QR code as often as you want. You just cannot change the URL. If you change your QR code, just this, pre-existing QR codes will still work as long as this URL is the same. Do not change this once you've started using a QR code. You got your new QR code set, go download it. So you can use 5 or 6 different shapes for different designs, different everything, as long as this URL is the same. And then when you close it, you're going to go back to your QR code list and you'll see that QR there. And the image here will be the most recent QR image that you've created. Any previous ones you've created are gone now. You would have to recreate it again if you wanted to reuse it. And again, you can do that as often as you want, as long as you do not change that URL. Any questions? As always, feel free to reach out to us at support@tappylinks.com, and we'll be happy to give you any help we can.